Hi people. I saw a couple of movies in the recent week or 2 weeks and I hated all of it. Let's talk about all of them and then something other, a book. So, Skin. Skin looked like an interesting take on the far-right skinhead person being to the right way, but it just wants to be an American History X, but it's doing it lame. It's not using anything interesting, and it turns out it's supposed to be a real story. It shows photos about the people who inspired this whole film, and they are not even close to the imagery in the movie. Then what was the whole point? Then there was this Itsy Bitsy from 2025. It promised your regular monster flick, giant spider eating people. But it was just a family drama with a bunch of other stuff on it, like a serial killer showing up and the family drama part, and I was sitting there an hour into the movie and I was, where are the spider kills? Do the spiders even do anything? When will they come to play? The movie was so crowded with other stuff that the spiders didn't even have space to remain in the movie. Then there was some Krause too. It uses that monster from Mystics of Bali, the woman head floating around with its intestines. Here it is some octopus monster, but it's a good effect. It's a very good effect. But the movie is very much like modern Hollywood movies. It starts with like 40-50 seconds of studio emblems, and who even cares anymore? There are 15 subsidiaries doing the project for a major studio, which spreads itself on 15 different platforms. The logos doesn't even mean anything anymore. It's not Universal's movie or TriStar or 20th Century Fox or whatever Century Fox. It's just a bunch of meaningless symbols which you will probably never see again. Definitely not often enough to remember them. Then there is the intro scene with some spooky things happening, more precisely because the result of it. We know these people, these events will not come back to the movie, so why even is this here? It's not even like a cold opening, it's just an entirely separate short movie. Then we get the title card, because of course, and we get, the opening credits, but I thought we got that when the studio logos popped up, but okay, whatever. I definitely start to be bored at this point and owe the audience. Then we get like 5 minutes of something slightly spooky happening, very likely flashing lights in the house, probably some breathing heavily for untold worries. Most importantly, no one says a word, and we won't meet these people again there. And this is the point where the audience hope dies. Then we get some walking amongst trees, preferably on a road in a forest, but can be in a village or suburbia, whatever. After that, you should try to push things without anything happening if you are a film director. minimal dialogue and absolutely no relevance until the 1 hour mark. In this movie, San Krause 2, it's only 40 minutes, but I mean, more often than not, like in The Grudge, that's Anna Taylor-Joy and whoever was the male protagonist, who was the real protagonist. There, again, the first hour is just setting up the action-packed third of the movie. So what are we doing, Hollywood? So after that studio preferred 1 hour mark, we get some revelation of the childhood of the protagonist or whatever that caused this whole thing happening. So it's practically a lower dump. And you put in some light scares, nothing more than Twilight. And if you did well until this point, this 1 hour mark, then you can do whatever you want, because the audience either left the room or is asleep. I mean, those who still are awake, their brain is dead. They gave up because of traumatization of nothingness. You pay the critics to say some good stuff, so people will automatically assume the remaining part was good. And this is a modern Hollywood. Then I saw a documentary, The Game Changers. I thought someone suggested me as a movie. I didn't know this was a documentary. But either way, okay, it's a documentary. I thought these are game changers. So record-breaking people will be. No, it's vegetarian propaganda for at least not too long, 80 minutes. And it's the most atrocious nonsense. Like, if you eat this meat contains fat, so we will find fat in your blood. No shit, Sherlock. Or people, that 1% from the sporters, professional sport people, tell, oh, I'm a vegan. Good. What does that mean? What are you consuming? Because, let's say, some weightlifter, because there was one, or whatever the other people are, you eat, vegetarian food, maybe not even vegetarian, but, this vegan crap, and you don't even eat eggs, you don't use fat, you don't drink milk. Do these people consume protein powder? Because if they do, then they are not vegan. They eat meat, because protein powder is made of meat. And the other problem with the vegan lifestyle is amino acids. Some amino acids can only be consumed in the necessary amount from meat, animal products, or some very specific, very select few plants which can't be grown everywhere, and as said, there are very select few of these species, and some of them are very rare even, so it's not like soy. But soy is also, anyone who can breed it, harvest it, they do. Who can grow it, they do. Who don't, they won't in the future, because soy has massive need of water and certain type of soil and that kind of things. So what do these people eat? And don't start with how in plants there are all the amino acids. Yeah, but as told, you must consume a certain amount every day from certain things, so you don't die of a certain type of hunger. Because even if you eat the necessary amount of calories and amount of food, because even if you eat the necessary calories and vitamins and all that, you can still die of hunger if you don't consume the necessary amount of food. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. But for example, in meat there is citric acid. But if you eat meat, only meat, you will get scorbut. You will get ill because of lack of vitamin C. So the meat of the documentary is missing. Without the recipes, the detailed list of what these people actually consume, and all the creatines and carbids and protein powder and all that must be included, as these are professional athletes. Without that, it's empty propaganda.